Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first ever story time with the Guy Talks. Now, if your ears are open, let me tell you a story. This story is about a young man. Now, when he was a child, he was very, very bright. All of his teachers, they told his parents just how clever he was. He was going to go to university, he was going to get a good job, and he could potentially do some fairly decent things. Now, middle school kind of drained that out with him a little bit. He lost a lot of interest, and by the time he got to high school, that was gone. He had no interest whatsoever. He left high school, got himself a job, potted about from job to job. He was a young man, probably a little bit lazy if he's completely honest, but you know, we all live and learn, we all grow up. He was human. Eventually he managed to get himself a job that he actually really liked, truly loved. It was half decent money, and started building a life. He relocated for it, started building a life away from where he grew up, and spent about 6 years there. Now, as I'm sure you've all heard, something in the world going on, a certain pandemic by the name of COVID. Now, unfortunately, that struck, resulted in him being furloughed and having 6 months off work with his daughter. So he had the best 6 months of his life because he had quite a lot, and they spent a lot of time together. Things are actually going quite well. He did a lot of soul searching, really sort of sorted himself out, did a bit of educating himself as well, and actually had a small lottery win as well on the postcode lottery. Now, something you should know about this guy: the universe has a way of kicking him in the nuts when things are going right. Not when he's down, when things are going right. The universe seems to enjoy letting him know who's boss. So he had 6 months off work, small lottery win, a few other things seemed to be going his way as well, and then bang, got a letter through his door and he was losing his job. He got made redundant. Panic set in. Now, fortunately, he was lucky enough to get another job. It was about half the money he used to be on, but he could just about scrape by on it for the time being. However, his savings were going to wear down. This guy has now managed to find himself another job, a new job, hopefully a better job, and it involves him going back to where he was from. Now, reliable informants tell me that he's currently got his life packed up in the back of a little Skoda Fabia, and he's off to his parents to stay there for a little while whilst he sorts his house out. It's not a permanent thing, it's very temporary. He doesn't really want to be there, but yeah, fingers crossed for him. Hopefully everything works out. He's a much harder working guy and much more grown up than he was a few years ago, but we shall see what happens with him. Now, if you have no idea who this guy is, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. A lot of people don't. However, if you do, that's even better. To those of you that don't panic. You will very, very soon.